You know, you kind of have to admire Sean Hannity's loyalty to his friends. I mean, after all, isn't that what we all want in friends? Somebody who's just going to be loyal, take care of us, have our back when we need them to, because that is exactly what Sean Hannity is for Donald Trump. And this week, as the media was hammering home the point that Donald Trump is a blithering idiot, Sean Hannity was right there to defend his best buddy. Take a look.
Oh, look at that. That's from, I think, August 29th and 30th, proving the president what he said about the earlier models about Hurricane Dorian, that it might hit Alabama is true. But if you watch the media mob, you would think the president was lying, as they always do. Just another absurd example of Trump derangement syndrome. Take a look.
The White House is falsifying weather reports so that it doesn't have to admit the president, who spent the weekend golfing, was not up to date on the storm's forecast.
Donald Trump is not the sharpest Sharpie in the drawer.
This really fits a pattern of the president putting out misleading information.
The initial reaction is to laugh out loud. It's laugh out loud funny. It's so absurd. But the other aspect of it borders on being truly dangerous.
The Democrats keep looking for an impeachment inquiry to go. This is actually against the law. And this might actually be crumbs for them to say, wait a second, you know?
Well, it's right there. A lot of psychotic jackasses in the media mob. I'm sure we'll get their apology. That'll be forthcoming. Wish I had time to name every name.
Now, if you were paying close attention, you'll notice that, yes, somewhere in that clip we just showed, there was a psychotic jackass. But the psychotic jackass was not included in the clip that Hannity showed because it was actually just Hannity himself. This defense of the president on behalf of Hannity is just reaching absurd, almost comical levels. But it is nice to see that Hannity finally snapped. I mean, that's what happened at the end of that clip. The psychotic jackasses and the media mob. You snapped. You've lost it. You have officially become unhinged. Not that you were necessarily hinged before that, but yeah, you've kind of hit a new level of desperation, and it reeks. We can see the stench of desperation coming off of you because you know that everybody else is right in this particular situation. Hell, even Eric Trump yesterday tried to come out on Twitter and defend his daddy and say, oh no, here's a map. It shows my dad was right. Yeah, listen, idiots, the one map that had it, oh, maybe it's going to go to Alabama, was when the storm was way the hell out there in the Atlantic Ocean. That was just one prediction out of many. And they corrected it, revised it 2 days prior to Donald Trump tweeting out that Alabama was in danger. 2 days. He had 48 hours of new maps. All he had to do was admit shortly after, oh, I'm so sorry, I was looking at an old map. You know, they had not briefed me. Maybe I was too busy playing golf all weekend, which is actually the truth. You were too busy playing golf, you weren't paying attention to what was happening, and you got caught with your pants down, essentially, because you didn't know what was going on. And now Hannity, 4 days later, finally has to come out, loses his mind on television in front of millions of people trying to defend you. And again, that's a loyalty that a lot of us would like to see in a friend. Unfortunately, it's a personality that none of us want in a friend. You know, honest to God, I look at Sean Hannity and doing these shows and watching how he is just as a person. When was the last time this guy was happy? Like, when was the last time he genuinely enjoyed his life? He seriously just goes out there every night being super angry, hating everything, defending a man he knows is indefensible, but he has to do it because that's his friend and he thinks that somehow he's going to hitch his wagon to Donald Trump and it's going to save him in the future. Well, it's not. Sean, you got to give it up, buddy. You really lost your mind last night, but maybe you could still come back. Maybe you could understand that it doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to lie for money. But at the same time, that is what you do best. And you do seem to really enjoy the money and the influence that you have, so I seriously doubt you're ever going to stop. You'll continue to double down on this. You'll defend the president's horrible, stupid comments, all because that is what fills your bank account. One of today's video sponsors is NordVPN, and right now, for a very limited time, you can get 75% off a 3-year plan at nordvpn.com/ringofire. This offer is going to make your subscription just $2.99 per month, so you can browse the internet securely on all of your devices. And for a short time, just use the code RINGOFFIRE at checkout to get an extra month of Nord absolutely free. NordVPN is actually one of the best VPNs out there. And that's not just coming from me. That is actually coming from cybersecurity experts, from tech magazines. NordVPN consistently ranks right there at the top. They use military-grade encryption to protect your data and your devices from anyone out there who might want to access your data. If you're in a public place of any kind using a public Wi-Fi that other strangers are on as well, you need this device. It protects your browsing history, can protect your bank account information, any other private information you may have. NordVPN helps to prevent people from being able to access that, and they never store your data, so it actually helps prevent companies from selling your data, your location, whatever it is, from selling it for a profit. Again, nordvpn.com/ringofire and get 75% off a 3-year plan. And again, enter the code RINGOFFIRE at checkout and get an extra month of NordVPN absolutely free.